Hey adventurers, we are still in Kansas and we have some exciting things to do today. So I was driving along on my way to my next destination and I discovered this place called Milford Lake. I don't know anything about it. All I know is they have a fishery and a nature center and I'm kind of excited about that. But they also have all of these really cool, unique campsites that have beautiful lake views. I did learn, however, that they've had some flooding. So a lot of those are closed right now. Let's go in the nature center and find out more about this area and discover Kansas together. First impressions, I walk into all of these terrariums. Woo. Okay guys, so I got the heads up on this. We know now that we're not gonna go over here and we're not gonna go over here. Why, you ask? Because they have snakes, and I'm not about that life. Nope, nope, nope! Because, ugh. First impressions, very cool, super informative, and great people who help us out around here. I just got the best information. Now I can go about and check out something that I see right here. If I was a prairie dog, I would totally want this habitat. I mean, look at this. He has his little space, but then there's tubes so he can walk around. And then there's another one down here. Now down the hall with the prairie dogs, we have this section about trees and forest. So we're gonna find out about all the different trees and things that could be in this area. And wow, look at this. This is beautiful. Now, did you know that for every ring of a tree, you can tell how old it is? So you could actually count out each one of these rings and tell how old this tree actually is. I just think that that's really neat. But you can also tell a lot about the age of the tree and the conditions of the tree. So if there's like a little bubble in it, that might have been a disease, or if there's a little bit more darkness, it could be because there was a fire that year. There's so many cool things that you can find just by looking at a tree. This area is interesting because you can get hands-on. And hear what things sound like in the wild. Look at that. So you can see it, you can hear it, and it gives you this great visual of what you might experience out here, like on the property. All throughout this area, there are little bitty like footprints of different kinds of animals, and they're so fun. And then if you trace them back to where they begin, you can find out what kind of animal they belong to. Guess what I found, guys? Guess what I found? Bunnies! And as we walk into this hall, we can find all of the waterfowl and also some of the fish that they have at this lake area. And I'd just like to say that every fish kind of looks creepy with this kind of light. These are so intricate, like the little pieces, even like the fish right here that are about to get consumed. But This shows all the things that you might encounter whenever you're getting under the surface of the water, which further, forwards my fear of getting into water where I cannot see the bottom. Like, if all of this is in a lake, that's a lot. I mean, look at all these. These are all things that you might find. So many things. And not all of them are cute little fishies. Nope. Okay guys, it is time for us to move outside where we have several other checkpoints. So this is going to be the little nature area that we can go through, and then there is a fish hatchery right on the other side where they hatch millions of fish per year. Now, different times of the year you may find more or less fish. Today there aren't a ton, but that's okay because it's really interesting to see how this whole process works. So let's get on to our little nature. We are out here and we're about to go and see what this is all about. I've been to a fish hatchery before, but it was a very, very, very long time ago when I was like that tall. So since then, I haven't really followed up on this to increase my knowledge, and I don't retain any of it from then. So we are learning today, guys. So each one of these things right here measures 100 feet long. They're also 8 feet wide and 4 feet deep. So 100, 8, 4, okay? These things are meant to home like a lot of fish. Now, I had no idea how many fish that these things would hold until I got here. Oh my gosh. So each one of these can hold between 35,000 and 150,000 fish. What?
But where do they go? That's a good question, right? I think so. Yeah, I think so.
The answer to this question is very simple. All of the fish that are hatched here at the Milford Hatchery go all over the state of Kansas. So you might find fish in a pond on the west portion of Kansas that came right from this hatchery. I just learned a fun tidbit, guys. Right now, this one and this one, there's only about 200 fish in those, but those are like their brood stock, so they're actually going to be replenishing some of the population of fish that they have here. Now, did you know that for each one of these little raceways right here, and all the fish that are in it, about 15 pounds of food every other day, and then there's 2 of them. So you're looking at about 100 pounds a week in just food for 2 of the little raceways that aren't even at capacity. Something I learned from visiting the butterfly garden in Branson was that if you wear colors that attract them, they will land on you. I'm not in red, I'm not in pink, so more than likely I'm not going to be competing with these flowers. But if you ever come to a butterfly garden area and you wear the brighter colors, you're going to attract them to you so you can get a closer look. This is a great opportunity for you to take some amazing selfies with butterflies. Just saying. Okay, so I could have stayed in there for a very, very, very long time, but it's starting to get a little hot. Yep, I'm starting to sweat. It's not a good feeling. This is why I'm going to cooler weather, guys. 2 things about this area. 1, no pets. Sorry, pets gotta stay in the car, turn some AC on. Number 2, we are not allowed to feed anything over here, and I am perfectly okay with that because these are the birds of prey. Ah! Ah! Here and here are owls. And owls are really cool, but they're also really freaky because they can turn their head like the Exorcist. And so it always kind of weirds me out. But I think that they're absolutely beautiful. Just a little scary. A little bit. Okay guys, I completely and totally overlooked the fact that they have a super cool playground. Playground is like a 10.
Just saying. A 10. 10. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm definitely going to have to get my self-timer, take a picture in this nest because, I mean, what other time am I ever going to be able to be a baby bird? I'm just saying. So, Mama, I'm coming home. Nest time! We're back in the car. We're trying to cool off. And I think we're going to check out a little bit of the lake area itself, just to kind of see what kind of things that they have going on around here. It's been a fun day so far, and I'm really excited that we came out here because there were some really cool things to do. The prairie dogs were so cute. Like, is there any dispute of that though? No. And the education that we got over at the hatchery was A1. So let's go look at Milford Lake now. So I came over to the state park because I wanted to check it out, and state parks are a great way to check out the lakes and things like that because they have the best amenities. But right now, with all of this crazy rain, it is insane. The campground that I'm at is cut off, like completely cut off. Like, you can't go past this. And underwater are the rest of the campsites. This just reiterates that you always need to check the weather conditions where you are going, because if it has rained like it has been raining here, then you do not want to camp. Okay, so driving along, I saw something I had to stop. Had to. So I'm looking at a cabin, and it's in place next to a cute little awning right here. And then I'm looking at two other cabins and two other awnings, and clearly they were in the lake, so they had to move them. And it looks like they had to do so aggressively. So both of these cabins are now sitting like this. Meanwhile, the little pad that they go on is right at lake level. That has to be a little bit scary. I cannot imagine the sheer amount of water which has come into this lake to make it this flooded. Because if you look at the treetops, the buildings that are underwater, the buildings they had to save from the water, and then even the marina, which looks completely not able to be used anymore, it's a lot. A lot. So, wow. I'm definitely glad we stopped by the hatchery to find out a little bit of information about this so that we could come over here and see it for ourselves a little bit more up close and personal. But oh my goodness, wow. Okay, adventurers, we have checked out all of the state park, several of the camping areas, the marina, which needs a little love right now, and all of the other things. I have noticed that several of the campgrounds have rolled up the carpet for the season because of the flooding, and that is okay. So if you happen to come back to Milford Lake in 2020, this should be all ready and open for you. So just like that, we're back to the crazy hair. Look at this. Wind just keeps on blowing it. Thanks guys for coming out with me to Milford Lake State Park, where we have gone on a little adventure, haven't we now? I hope that you have enjoyed today's episode and will hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications of future uploads, and come back and see me, because I've always got an adventure up my sleeve. In fact, we're about to be off to our next one. So I'll see you next time, guys. Bye!